if somebody offered you a stage right now, you know, you're kind of a junkie and you're worried about your money. If they said, hey, we're opening up this comedy club, we're breaking all the rules, and we want you to headline, would you go do it?
No, I say no. I think it's irresponsible.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's the other thing is, so think of the beaches. They close the beaches because if the beaches are open, there's people that are going to go to the beaches, and that starts to endanger the community. So they close the beaches for the greater good of the community. And I feel similar in the way that if you open up comedy clubs, yeah, there's people that are going to come, but then you are a part of that system, and you're one of the people that's endangering people. And until we understand what this is, and until we've at least tried to put up precautions to help people, I wouldn't feel comfortable about getting on a stage right now. And like I said, in a closed off environment, maybe there might be an outdoor stage where everybody's 6 feet apart. Again, it wouldn't be that enjoyable, but I think, you know, I've joked on different shows with friends and comics about like the future of comedy, where like Gallagher was before his time. Like everybody's going to have a tarp. We're all going to be little bubble boys. You know, everybody's going to have like those, like, you know how like they have those like lobster wet naps when you go to, but it'll be like Clorox wipes. And so like you'll get your drink and you Clorox wipe it off, and like, and then you drink your little drink, and then I'll have like a little plastic thing like when you're in taxis now. So like I don't spit on anybody. But I don't know, like I was being silly like a month ago, and now I'm like, I think I'm a genius. Like, I just feel like there's going to have to be real precautions for people to feel comfortable around being with other people. And also like so my dad sent me this article a couple days ago, and it really clarified things for me, because I just didn't understand how asymptomatic people were able to spread it. Because I was always like, you cough, it travels. You sneeze, it travels. Clearly, if you touch things, it travels. But how does somebody asymptomatic if it's all about droplets? But what I didn't realize is when you talk, droplets do come out. Now, they don't propel the way a sneeze or a cough would. So if a cough goes this far and a sneeze goes that far, well then breathing or talking is just this far. So you can spread stuff by talking. You can spread stuff by breathing. Either your nose or your mouth, and that's where masks are kind of helpful. But laughing, you know, that's got to be half a cough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like a cartoon character. My head goes back, I cackle. Like, so there's a part of me that's like, anybody that would be scared, I wouldn't think they were wrong, and I would want to protect people as much as possible. Like, I don't, like, I was in London when it started to spread, and I was in Paris, and then I came to London early March when I was touring, and a friend of mine had just had a baby, and we were going to get lunch, and I told her, I was like, hey, and this is before we truly really understood what was going on. I was like, hey, I was just in Paris when I was spreading in Paris. I was like, I'll come to lunch, but like, I'm not going to touch your baby. I'm not going to hug you. I'm not going to kind of touch anything. And she's like, you're being silly, da 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 da. And it broke my heart. I wanted to just like wrap my hands in this baby and like hug my friends. And they were just like, I think you're being silly. And then of course things like, you know, I get sent home a week later, but I didn't even understand it. And I knew to take precautions. Like in Paris, I stopped like shaking new comedians' hands, and I stopped like kind of embracing people. It was great. I'm not that social. I really enjoyed that. I really love I've been hugging people for 15 years against my will. But even when I don't understand something, there is a part of me that's like, at least let me take precaution in case I'm wrong. And I'm a little confused why most people don't feel that way. Like, what's the harm in being wrong? You didn't hug your friends. You didn't go out to get food. Like, I get what's going on now where the economies are collapsing, and people, there's, you know, I have friends that haven't seen another human in months, and they're losing their mind. And then I have friends that are in bad relationships, and they're in a bad place in a small apartment. You know, I have people that are scared they're going to have to, you know, move back home or live on the streets. Like, you're taking the entire entertainment industry. And I think that's the thing that people don't really understand. You know who Kevin Hart is, you know who Amy Schumer is, but you know 5 celebrities that do comedy. There are thousands of us that are career comedians that the world doesn't know who we are. But, you know, like I have 50,000 fans on Instagram. I made a career when I had 10,000 fans on Instagram. I have been touring. I've been a comedian 18 years. I've been touring on my own for probably 12 and making a living doing it for maybe about 9. Like, there are so many comedy clubs. There are so many theaters. There's so many independent rooms. You can work for more established comics. There's so many side hustles you can do with comedy that there are career comedians that are really gig to gig. And then you take away the gigs and there's nothing there. And so I look at somebody that's a career dancer, a career violinist, a career comedian, and I think, oh, there's nothing there right now. Because if people aren't going to events, nobody's looking for a ballerina to brighten their day. Like, you know what I mean? Like,